Good evening, all. We have gathered here this evening to meet our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Saji Gopinath, and Pradeep Kumar Sir, who have been, he's the coordinator of Social Engagement Cell, who have been, engaging us with all the social engagement activities and guiding us through it with the right spirit. Professor Saji Gopinath has a vast experience in social engagement, and he has got a very clear vision on it, which the UK has been experiencing on social engagement. And he wants us to emulate all those important points about social engagement. And Professor Pradeep Kumar, he has been guiding us for a meaningful social engagement program here, and he has designed several programs for that. And he has got a clarity of vision on social engagement. And as a post-colonial society, we have got the responsibility to engage with the society meaningfully and carefully. And the UK has been successfully doing it ever since its inception because of the clarity of on the vision, as well as its emphasis on the principles of equity and justice. With this, I would like to open this floor for discussion, and please, students, please engage with Professor Saji Gopinath and Pradeep Kumar Sir.
Good evening, sir.
Right.
So my question is, we can see that across the globe there is a trend of technical universities and business schools involving their students in the social engagement. So how can we go beyond this ritualistic approach towards a community development?
Yeah, I think you're right that many times social engagement is like a ritualistic approach as such, because it becomes a sort of a fad that you need to actually engage with the society around you. But beyond that, if you look at the geographies across the world, which has actually advanced fast, especially with the IT and digital, if you measure the inequality also has grown far more or grown in a much faster pace. The marginalization is bigger in the context of digital economy than in the previous economy. So it is in this context we are actually looking at. So our model is not to go to communities and just look at it and do some peripheral work, which is the last thing I think we should interested, and where we actually go deeper understanding of the problems, look at what push people into the periphery, and see whether we can actually use our knowledge, expertise, ecosystem to address it. Then only it is actually going to be a meaningful work as it. That's why we have introduced it as a course, not even as a voluntary one. It's actually part of the curriculum itself that every student, even if you are a PhD student, if you are an MSc student, an MTech student, MBA student, everybody actually have to engage in a program, in a structured program where you interact with the community, so that there is going to be a development. That's a primary focus in which we are doing these activities.
So this was a very different experience for us. Like we have never went to outside our community and interact with them in our UG courses. So what is the specific outcome that you are expecting from this day's program and from the institutional perspective? And also we have generated so many ideas from this day's program. So how can we make this base these ideas and develop this into implementation level?
Yeah, there are three levels in which DAIS is looked at. The first and the foremost level is that, like you said, your UG program, you don't have an opportunity to look at it, which is true in most of the cases, right? Even if you are a part of a NSS or something like that, then you may at least go to a community, but not more than that, or you have not really done anything on that. So, as I said, if you look at technologies today, most of them are away from the society. They develop solutions which are addressing some other requirement, which in turn actually spread this gap. So our biggest objective of DAIS is that sensitize people to the real requirements of the community. It is not necessary that immediately you will come out with a solution, but it will remain in you. And I believe that even if you move out of this, you may not remember exactly what solutions you have proposed, but this is something which you will remember for a long period of time, more than many of the courses and subjects which you have learned. So maybe at some point of time when you have get an opportunity where you want to, you have been faced with a problem or an opportunity where you have more resources to develop a solution, you may identify this as something which I can do. Perhaps you may do it after your retirement, I don't know, but maybe at the time of organization which you are working on, or sometimes at some level of your zenith of your career, you decide that okay, the whole thing is meaningless and let me actually start working on this. A classic example is Mindtree. When at some point of time Mindtree decided that their CSR, what they are doing, if they club the whole CSR, they can actually come out with some excellent digital solutions which can bridge the farmers with the market, and it's one of the best platforms today available free of cost for people. So such solutions may come. That is at the larger level. That's a long-term objective of days, and I am almost sure that most of the people will achieve that. At some point of time, this will remind you, and it will keep on irritating you at some, and it will translate that. But that is not measurable immediately. The second is that within this knowing of these problems, and you have been done it in a structured manner, can you actually use whatever resources you have to address that? Some of them can be addressed using our own knowledge or from the ecosystem, or some of them we connect with the right people to solve. So that is a second objective. The third objective is, can we actually come out with, like you said, implementable solutions? May not be for a big problem. Like many times what happens is that as technologists we always imagine we need to come out with the supersonic jet sort of a thing. But that's not what people want. See, if a person is bedridden, his biggest objective is that can I go to my washroom without anybody's help? If you can actually come out with a solution to that, that is far more than giving a lot of other things. Such realization and such solutions can be done with your own capability. You don't need too many resources for do that. So that is our third objective. And unfortunately, we have not really achieved all of them. But like you said, there are some brilliant ideas come from people, some innovative ideas come from people. The institution will be happy to support it. There are a lot of faculty members who are willing. Today, we were discussing just a few minutes back on that. There are people who are willing to help you on to take it to the next level as such. But it should be more of a, we are working in a system where evaluation and marks drive us, and that actually kill the whole spirit and beauty of it. So let's, at least this program, let us not do that. It should be more by innate desire and innate thing to make a change. So that's a third philosophy.
So reviewing the solutions of the last year days, most of the solutions were dependent on the futuristic technologies like ML, CV, etc. But small technological interventions can have a greater impact on the society as well. So what do you mean? What do you specifically on digital solutions, and what does access and digital access means?
So basically, see, there are two things. One is higher end technologies need not necessarily. It's not true that higher end technologies cannot come to grassroots levels, right? In fact, mobile phones are actually it's a high end technology. Today it may not be, but it came with a high end technology. And if you look at the adoption of mobile phone, the adoption of mobile phone happened at the lower segments, because lower segments find it much more useful for them. So it is not a thing that higher end technology will only for higher segments and lower social segments or cannot have it. That item we don't follow anyway. But the second aspect is that while that is one aspect, you also require quick and implementable solutions. And those are the ones which we need to look at it. That's why it's called digital access for community empowerment. And so you have a community, you help community to empower themselves, and that is the best equalizer is digital, right? So if a digital tools, techniques are available to the kids, with the people, they actually are able to work almost at par with somebody who don't have that. So basically, fourth industrial revolution technology which we are focusing on are highly democratized technologies. Not because people developed it are very great guys or anything like that, because they wanted to make this technology move fast. There's an economic reason for that. I will not discuss that here. Because of that, they actually made it much more easily accessible to people. Now, if local people can actually use the technologies with your support and come out with solutions which they address, that is the best thing. Like for a fisherman, for example, if you can actually help them in his mobile, not cloud-based, but in the mobile device itself, something which will help him to categorize the fish which he is collecting in the deep sea, which is a ML problem. It will be a lot of use for him, right? So sometimes higher technologies also can be useful for them. So such sort of aspects we need to do it. So the idea is that how do I empower my community using digital means? When a community get empowered, their problems are getting solved. So that's it.
I think students also would like to know that this is the perspective that the university has, which Professor Saji Gopinath has explained right now. So, as the coordinator of the Social Engagement Cell, how will you actually go to the next level of implementing it or taking it to the community?
Yeah, actually, we were discussing that several times. In fact, today's was the idea that was put forward by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, and we are happy that we could complete 2 batches of days. So the way we are thinking is that to make this as a part of the curriculum itself, so that the students can continue to work on the solutions. So for which you get credits awarded, etc. for the work that you continue. So that is one of the plans. We need to work out, design it accordingly. And we are also part of the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan of Ministry of Education, NSS of Ministry of Youth Affairs. So we under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan we have identified 5 villages, adopted 5 villages, and we have identified certain problems. But through days we are trying to solve these problems, and we are trying to see how we can have a continuous engagement with these communities of these 5 villages, so that we come up with really practical solutions rather than not just remaining as ideas. And we have also talked to some of the industry who are very keen to associate and support us in the DAYS program. In the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, for example, the water resources issues that the people are facing in these communities. So some of the industries are very keen to see how they can support. Some of the top-notch technology companies are speaking to us on that. So this way we are planning to continue the program. The days gets over in the first semester, but the students will be able to continue it throughout the 2 years of their program here, including the summer internship, etc. So that you can come up with certain tangible outcomes out of DAYS. So that is the plan. Okay. Thank you.
So, I would like to express my gratitude. You have taken this time to interact with the students. It was really a wonderful experience. We have been thinking about doing this conversation with you for a long time, and we got the right time. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.